Hey, what's up? I'm Jared Bowditch, known on Instagram as Little Devils Club, and I'm located in Los Angeles, California. I've been collecting Sofubi since about, I would say 2008. I was on ToyTokyo.com and I saw, like the Planet Toys, Tadashi Hino, Hell Baby, and Uncle Zorku. Back then they were like only $10, like not 80 like they are now if you're lucky enough to find them. And I was just enthralled with like the aesthetic and just like the kind of like vibes that they gave off. It was like nothing I'd ever seen, so I got kind of obsessed with them, ordered them immediately. I should have ordered their entire stock, but I just got those two. And then from there, it was just kind of a slippery slope down the rabbit hole into collecting, and that's like what got me started. It's really, really hard to boil down my favorite Sofubi toy in my entire collection to just one, but I would have to say that it's this Realhead Ajin X Invader. There's just like so much to love about this figure. I love that he's like a classic, like Mars people jellyfish vibe, and this like V-shaped visor is just like so funky and cool. I like freaked out when I first saw it and was like super desperate to find one, and then like when I found it I jumped on it like as soon as possible. My goal with Little Devils Club is to produce work that fits in line with the kawaii horror aesthetic of late 80s, early 90s Japanese toy making. Like, I'm really into the work of like companies like Yonezawa, Nomura Toys, a lot of the old Bandai stuff, anything that kind of takes the gag manga aesthetic and jams it together with horror. So, like stuff that looks kind of like Kid Dracula, or, Splatterhouse like Wanpaku Graffiti, a little Dracula or Frankenstein with like a bandage on his head, kind of cartoony, but also like horror themed at the same time. That stuff is really like what gets me excited, or I guess, I don't know, puts me in a happy place. So that's the kind of work I like to make, because it's the kind of work I like to see and collect. I try to take inspiration from a lot of the stuff that I collect. These are some of the things that I'm working on. Like some yokai, a little like devil guy. This guy I'm like nearing the end on. I want to, do him in resin. I like my work to be like a mirror of the things that I collect and the things that I'm into. I collect a lot of stuff that isn't necessarily Sofubi particularly. Like, I like old pachinko machines with like cool artwork. This one's like from Warriors of Fate, which is like an old Capcom game. I really like, model kits. These Robodachi yokai model kits by Imai are really sick. I also really like the stuff that Kaiju 1 is doing. I would love to work with Kaiju 1. They just like put a lot of really great workmanship into their stuff, and it seems like they are doing a lot of great like kind of like demonic like yokai type of toys. That's the kind of stuff I like to get into. Also KTO Kintu, his work is really, really sick. It kind of reminds me of like that Makai Mura aesthetic, which is like something that I really, really, really love. Like cartoony but evil. Like I said, I really like stuff that's like kind of like a marriage between like those two vibes, or schools of thought, if you will. So yeah, those are some people I would really like to work with if at all possible.